Alright, this video is gonna be a video on how I aim. So I'm just gonna be VOD reviewing this video, which is a 61 kill 5 death nuke game using the Veki skin. So let's go. So immediately, I just pre-fire this angle. And then I look back. And then I pull out my knife since I know that the guy is not gonna shoot me. So I knife him. When I move around, I like to flick every time I hit the ground. And if I'm trying to move around left and right, I look at the ground as I do that. So another pre-fire. And then sometimes if I can't hit the shot, I don't ADS. Then here another pre-fire and a throwing knife. And then as I spray that guy, I see this guy. And then I know that someone will be here, so I don't flick away yet. I focus here. And then I die. So we change our settings and change the resolution down. Perfect tracking, not so perfect tracking. I saw someone just now, so I'll be peeking. And here, just a normal kill. Kinda pre-firing here also. Getting 2. And then I flick away after I get a kill. Because there's no one in front of me, why would I continue looking there? So I flick away. I flick away. I flick away. So you need to be really good at the 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 90 degrees. Just comes with practice, I guess. And here is just constant shooting and reloading. And sometimes if I get stuck, I pull out my knife so I can move faster to get out of the stuck position I'm in. Shoot. Just some basic tracking and flicking. Yeah, so I keep flicking around every time I get a kill, just to see if there's anyone behind me. Yeah, really good flow. Really perfect tracking too. And a nuke. Right now it's just spawn camping. Since I know where they will be, I can predict where I need to shoot. So the tracking is basically perfect. It's basically a lot of predicting where the enemy will be and predicting where they're moving to and then pre-aiming that so that the tracking is on point. If I'm just reacting to what they're doing, my reaction time isn't the quickest, so the tracking may not be perfect. However, if I predict where they're gonna go and then be prepared to move there first, the tracking is much better. Okay, I die. Didn't see that guy on screen. The habit of not ADSing when I'm close range is from other games like Apex Legends, where usually when you're really close range you don't ADS because those games do not have 0 ADS FOV power, but Krunker has that. And I'm using 0 ADS FOV power, so technically I don't need to not ADS in close range. I can just ADS and laser them all the way, but it's just a habit I formed. I also see my mouse cam here. Here, my tracking was really bad, so I died. addicting. And then I couldn't turn around fast enough. There's a combination of movement and aim that allows you to nuke pretty often. Baby fat. Okay, next game. This is gonna be a Chaos Snipers. I think my aim is not the best here, so I'm just trying to lead up my shots and then take the shot. However, here I'm just spamming, I have no idea why. Yeah, sort of leading and then clicking. It's really difficult to aim in this game mode actually, like personally. Yeah, that's perfect. Sometimes you just have to click randomly and you'll be able to hit the shot. However, leading up and then clicking like that is much more accurate, and when you get into the flow you can just lead up, click, and it's quite satisfying. My movement is really bad here. Yep, leading up, making a small micro adjustment. And that was a flick. Oh, my movement. I usually flick away after I shoot just to reset my aim and not be like hyper focused on one guy. Because if they die, there's no point being like hyper focused anymore. Oh, the music is making me sleepy. This is why Poke and the others said that my YouTube videos are good for sleeping, or to watch before they sleep. Oh, my aim is actually kinda trash here, not gonna lie. Like, oh. Not the most exciting, I guess. I don't really aim for hits in this game mode since people are so far away. What am I doing? Okay, let's just skip forward a bit. Okay. Not much people in this lobby, but we'll make do. If I'm reloading, I try to like move around as much as possible so that I'm a more difficult target to hit. Oh, my movement is so bad here. There's a guy behind me. I probably died to him. Yeah. Yeah, the no ADS habit. I try to isolate fights like this, only taking one angle at a time, so that I don't expose myself to multiple enemies at once. That's pretty good aim. I can even play it at like 0.25 speed, right? Show you. 0.5 speed. And see me react and just shoot. Reacting, micro adjusting, and shooting. Sometimes I just hold down my spray the entire time while micro adjusting because Krunker has infinite ammo. It's a body shot. Debating. Micro adjusting. So my aim actually isn't perfect all the time. So it's adjusting to the bad flicks. So if I over flick, I just adjust back. If I under flick, I just adjust back too. Sometimes I can afford to just stay on their head the entire time. Sometimes it's more difficult to aim. There should be a guy around the corner. Okay, there isn't. Oops. Yeah, it's just predicting that he will continue walking forward, so I just check in that direction. Okay, yeah, another point is that I just spray and pray. I don't really care about accuracy, so I just spray and reload after every kill because the reload times for SMG is pretty fast, so I'm able to reload after every kill. However, I can still take like 3 or 4 fights in a row without reloading if it's really messy in game. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to add, so that'll be it for this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Alright, this is how I aim. I wanna continue on the video. So something I thought of is that sometimes I incorporate my movement into my aiming. So let's say I just keep my mouse still and then I move left if I need to aim to the right or left. Like, I just let the movement guide the crosshair. Second thing is that I'm really good at the 180 degrees. At any sense, my brain can just get used to it and be able to 180 really accurately. So if I know that there's an enemy behind me, I can 180 directly and be pretty accurate, and I don't have to make that major like adjustments or micro adjustments to correct my aim. Another thing is that sometimes when I'm trying to do movement or move around enemies to try to make myself a more difficult target, I should go away and then I sort of, because of my really good spatial awareness in game, I can flick back into the enemy and track them again. So this makes me a difficult target while still maintaining my good aim. In terms of my mouse grip, I grip my mouse with a relaxed claw, almost like a fingertip, where the back of the mouse rarely ever touches the back of my hand. It only touches the back of my hand when I have to sort of drag down to control recoil, or when I need more stability for flicks when I'm using classes like the sniper. However, when I'm using classes like the SMG or the AK, I just don't flick. It's more of a tracking movement, so a fingertip grip actually helps me a lot. I'm able to fingertip grip using the Superlight. I don't know how I'm able to do that, but yeah. I don't think I'll get a fingertip grip mouse because those mice are usually really small. And my fingertip grip generally has my pinky finger, ring finger and thumb pretty spread out on the sides. So it actually needs a big surface area for me to grip, and not just like literally like fingertip or like I would say like pinching the mouse, because my fingertip grip is more of like my entire fingers, not really a fingertip on the mouse. So it's my entire fingers on the mouse without my palm touching. However, the inside of my knuckles, like on the palm of my hand, the part where there are my knuckles, they actually touch the mouse. So it's sort of a fingertip grip with the middle of my hand where the knuckles are touching the mouse, but not the back of my palm touching the hump of the mouse, the back hump of the mouse. Additionally, since this fingertip kind of hybrid fingertip grip hybrid claw style, I forgot what I wanted to say actually, but oh yeah, I actually place my fingers really low down on the mouse buttons. That's kind of not so beneficial for me. Maybe I need to find a better mouse, but generally my fingers are really to the back of the mouse buttons, near the hinge or whatever, and not to the front tip of them where they're more spammable. Guess that's a flaw. So you can see that's perfect tracking. Not so perfect. Then I flick away once I kill the enemy. Sometimes I know that I'm gonna kill the enemy, so I can flick away before I see that they die. Because if I only flick away once my eyes confirm that the enemies are dead, then that little bit of reaction time of like 200 milliseconds or 140 milliseconds to know that they're dead actually slows down my aim, when I could be looking at another place already. I think that at the start of the video I covered this. So if I know that they're dead, I can just flick away because I know that there'll be no one in front of me after killing the enemy. There's no point to look at that direction after killing the enemy because there's literally no one there. So I'm much better off looking at the random direction to know my surroundings a little bit better than to just keep staying on the enemy, the actually already dead enemy in front of me. If I whiff, I can try to recover, or I can just use Krunker's massive hitboxes to try to compensate. I know Krunker will fix these this hitbox issue in Season 8 though,